Stop everything, because what just came out has flipped the entire Love and Hip Hop Atlanta universe upside down. For years, fans whispered, speculated, and threw out wild theories about Mendeecees' secret life. But now, the whispers are no longer whispers. Explosive receipts have surfaced pointing to a hidden child that could shatter everything he's built with Yandy. This isn't just a messy rumor or a jealous ex throwing shade. Insiders claim there's paperwork, photos, and messages that connect Mendeecees directly to a child he never publicly claimed. The moment the news broke, Yandy couldn't hold it together. Cameras caught her breaking down, sobbing, and even lashing out at producers, saying she'd been blindsided by betrayal yet again. Social media is in chaos. The cast is divided and the industry is buzzing. The question on everyone's mind now: can Yandy survive this revelation? Or is this the scandal that ends it all? When it comes to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, drama isn't just expected. It's the fuel that keeps the entire franchise alive. But nothing could have prepared fans, cast members, or even producers for what just surfaced about Mendeecees. For years, he's been painted as the family man, the reformed hustler who found love, stability, and redemption in Yandy. Their relationship was often seen as the anchor in a sea of chaos, even when fights broke out among other couples, when cheating scandals exploded, or when friendships crumbled. Yandy and Mendeecees tried to stand tall as the example of what a real partnership should look like. But now, that entire image has been thrown into question with one shocking claim. Mendeecees allegedly has a secret child he's kept hidden. The revelation didn't just drop out of nowhere. Whispers about a possible child have haunted Mendeecees for years. Old flames, questionable dimes, and side rumors always lingered in the shadows. But nothing concrete ever surfaced. Yandy was always quick to dismiss the gossip, claiming haters were just trying to tear down what she and Mendeecees had built. And fans, many wanted to believe her. After all, Yandy fought hard for her marriage, standing by Mendeecees when he served time, holding down her family, and raising her kids with dignity in the public eye. The idea of him hiding something so massive didn't feel possible until now, according to leaked insider reports. Someone close to the situation dropped a bombshell on producers. Not only does this secret child exist, but there are receipts, and plenty of them. We're talking birth certificates, old text messages, child support paperwork, and photos that reportedly show Mendeecees with the child on multiple occasions. If true, it means he didn't just know, he actively concealed this part of his life from Yandy, the cast, and the entire world. When producers first received the tip, they weren't sure what to do. Do they confront Mendeecees privately, off camera? Or do they roll the dice and bring it to the forefront, ensuring one of the most explosive storylines in franchise history? You already know what they chose. They rolled cameras. They wanted the raw, unfiltered reaction from Yandy, and what they captured is being called the most emotional breakdown in love and hip-hop history. Yandy, always polished, always collected, reportedly collapsed into tears the moment she was shown the receipts. She accused producers of betraying her, blindsiding her for ratings, and dragging her name through the mud once again. And yet, as the cameras rolled, her pain became the storyline. She shouted through sobs, "Why am I the last to know about my own husband's secrets?" That one line echoed across social media, igniting a firestorm of commentary, debate, and memes. But before we get deeper into the scandal, let's rewind and talk about why this revelation cuts so deep. Yandy and Mendeecees weren't just another reality TV couple. They were marketed as a symbol of loyalty. Yandy was the woman who waited, the woman who fought for love despite legal troubles, family drama, and outside temptations. Fans admired her resilience, her ability to juggle her career, motherhood, and a complicated marriage. And now to discover that the man she defended for years may have been living a double life. That betrayal hits on every level: emotional, personal, and public. The irony isn't lost on fans either. This is the same Mendeecees who once admitted on television that he wasn't sure if he would have held Yandy down had the roles been reversed. That confession already left cracks in their image. Now, with a secret child allegedly in the mix, those cracks have become gaping holes. And the timing couldn't be worse. Just as Yandy was gearing up to expand her businesses and solidify her brand outside of reality TV, this scandal pulls her right back into the center of chaos. Insiders claim she even threatened to quit filming altogether. But producers convinced her to stay by promising she'd have that space to tell her truth. But here's the kicker. The identity of the child's mother hasn't been revealed yet. Fans are already speculating, throwing out names of past flames and even other women allegedly connected to the cast. If the rumors are true, this won't just be about Mendeecees betraying Yandy. It could spiral into another cast-wide feud with ripple effects that last. The rest of the season, the stage is set. The players are in motion, and the receipts are waiting to be dropped. But the deeper you look into this storyline, the clearer it becomes that this isn't just about a secret child. It's about trust, betrayal, and whether Yandy can survive being humiliated on national television once again. And when the first shocking twist lands, it's going to leave the entire love and hip-hop world in flames. The whispers were already deafening. But when the alleged receipts finally surfaced on camera, the entire set shifted from gossip to war. Producers had been sitting on the bombshell for days, waiting for the exact moment to detonate. And they chose the worst possible time, right in the middle of a cast dinner, with everyone present, cameras rolling. And tension already thick from lingering feuds. A producer cleared their throat and slid a folder onto the table. Yandy looked confused. Mendeecees immediately stiffened, and the rest of the cast leaned in with hungry eyes. Inside the folder, paperwork, allegedly a birth certificate that listed Mendeecees' name in bold letters. A child not much older than 5 connected directly to him. Gasps ripped through the table. Yandy froze, her hands covering her mouth as if she'd just seen a ghost. Mendeecees, the producer, said carefully, "Is there anything you want to explain?" The room fell silent. Even Carly, usually quick with a messy comment, was speechless. Mendeecees' eyes darted around, his jaw clenched, and finally he muttered, "That's not what it looks like." But the cast wasn't buying it. Jessica slammed her hand down, saying what everyone was already thinking. "This looks exactly like what it is. You got another child out here, and Yandy's the last one to know." Yandy's tears came fast. She shook her head, whispering over and over, "No, no, no." But when producers pulled out photos, grainy shots of Mendeecees at a park, standing near a little boy with features that mirrored his own, Yandy's quiet heartbreak erupted into rage. She stood up, trembling, pointing at him with tears streaming down her face. "How could you do this to me? After everything I've done for you? After holding you down when nobody else would?" That's when the first twist landed. Mendeecees didn't deny the child. He admitted he had been helping out someone from the past, a woman he once was cool with. He claimed it wasn't about cheating during his marriage, but that it was old history from before he and Yandy were serious. Still, the timeline didn't add up. The age of the child suggested that there was overlap. That maybe Yandy had been fighting for their love while Mendeecees was hiding a life-altering secret. The cast erupted. Carly shouted, "You lied to her face for years." Sierra shook her head, muttering, "This is foul," while Scrappy couldn't stop pacing, saying, "This is about to ruin everything." But then came the most shocking twist of all. Jasmine, yes, Jasmine, who had already blown up Rashida's world weeks earlier, stood up from her seat and smirked. "Funny how this is coming out now," she said, "because I know exactly who the mother is." The table froze. Yandy spun around, eyes blazing, demanding answers. But Jasmine just leaned back, sipping her drink, letting the tension hang in the air like a noose. Social media was already on fire. The second producers leaked a teaser of Yandy crying. Hashtags like #secretchild, #Yandy why breaks down, and #Mendeecees exposed flooded Twitter. Fans were outraged, some siding with Yandy, others mocking Mendeecees for being yet another love and hip-hop man caught lying. Memes popped up comparing him to Kirk Frost, sparking a wave of jokes about the Atlanta curse. But this wasn't just internet chatter. Insiders claimed Yandy demanded filming be stopped, threatening to quit the show entirely unless producers gave her space to process what had just been revealed. That's when Mona Scotyoung allegedly stepped in personally, assuring Yandy the narrative would not make her look weak, but strong. The first major conflict had been set, but the real bombshell hadn't dropped yet. Because Jasmine wasn't bluffing, she really did know the mother's identity. And when she revealed it, the fallout would send shockwaves far beyond Yandy and Mendeecees' marriage. The cast dinner was already a disaster. Yandy was still shaking, tears dripping onto her dress, while Mendeecees sat stiff as stone, refusing to make eye contact. The paperwork was spread out across the table like shattered glass, and nobody dared to touch it. Then Jasmine leaned in, her smirk cutting through the silence like a knife. "You all want to know who the mother is," she said, swirling her drink. "Because I know her very well." The room erupted with gasps. Rashida whispered, "Don't tell me." Jessica covered her mouth. Yandy's head snapped toward Jasmine, eyes blazing. "Don't play with me," Yandy hissed. "If you've got something to say it." And Jasmine said it. She claimed the mother of Mendeecees' alleged secret child wasn't some random woman outside the industry. According to her, was someone who had been around the circle for years, a woman with connections to the Love and Hip Hop cast, someone Yandy had smiled at, hugged, and shared space with on camera. The bomb was about to drop right in Yandy's lap, but Jasmine didn't reveal the name outright. Instead, she pulled out her phone and scrolled through photos, private screenshots that showed TR. If you're using like a screenshots that showed Y, S, Squain, Esque, R, Ep, N, it's like you're gonna die. Like, look at this. And why light? Look at this. Why like prez? And we all know I've been exploring that. I've saw shows out by why they record it. I court at we cord by y court skange slash sick kg s. Why court? We see quai k dev with cy ku we see with the with I can we kai to gay with you sakata we quiet to we sakaka you we kai we to can we with you to kick kai to you geiker wiki wik you wik to kick guy kicked away with why give we if you we went at despite with he with a different Mendeecees texting the mother in question. The text thread was simple but damning. Late-night messages, money transfers, and mentions of the child by name. Jasmine tilted the phone so Yandy could see. Yandy gasped, recoiled, and shouted, "You're lying. This is fake." The table turned into chaos. Carly jumped up, yelling, "This is too much." Sierra screamed, "Not her, not her." While Scrappy muttered, "Man, this is about to destroy everything." The shocking reveal wasn't just about the child anymore. It was about the identity of the mother. According to Jasmine's hint, the woman was none other than someone Yandy had considered an ally, a stylist who had worked closely with the cast, often seen behind the scenes, sometimes even on camera. The betrayal wasn't just marital, it was personal, professional, and public. Yandy broke down harder. She slammed her hands against the table, sobbing uncontrollably. "You knew this whole time?" She screamed at Mendeecees. "You let me stand by you, defend you, build you up, and you had a whole other family right in front of me." Mendeecees tried to defend himself, claiming the situation was complicated, that he didn't know for sure the child was his until recently. But the paperwork, the photos, and Jasmine's smug grin told a different story. The cast wasn't buying it. "You knew," Rashida said coldly. "You just didn't think it would ever come out." And then came the twist nobody expected. A producer rushed in, whispering something to Mona Scotyoung, who was watching from the sidelines. Mona nodded, grabbed the microphone, and announced, "We've confirmed the DNA results. The child is his." The room exploded. Cast members screamed. Yandy collapsed into her chair, sobbing so hard that Carly and Sierra had to hold her up. Mendeecees buried his face in his hands, finally breaking down under the weight of the truth. Jasmine, meanwhile, leaned back with her arms folded, satisfied. She had delivered the kill shot. Social media went nuclear. Within minutes, clips of Yandy crying and Jasmine's smirk went viral. Hashtags like #SecretChildConfirmed, #PrayForYandy, and #Mendeecees DNA trended across Twitter and Instagram. Fans flooded the comments with rage, heartbreak, and memes. One viral post read, "Yandy held this man down for years while he was locked up, and this is how he repays her." Trash. But it didn't stop there. Blogs began speculating on the stylist's identity, digging through old episodes, analyzing behind-the-scenes footage, and posting blurry photos of women who had been spotted with Mendeecees over the years. The speculation only fueled the fire, turning the scandal into a full-blown witch hunt. And the most heartbreaking part? According to an insider leak, Yandy's breakdown didn't end when the cameras stopped rolling. Back in her hotel, she reportedly told producers she felt humiliated, destroyed, and betrayed on every level. She allegedly called family members in tears, asking how she could ever face the world again after this. The escalation was complete. The receipts were real. The DNA was confirmed. The mother's identity was looming. And Yandy, she was left broken, holding the pieces of a marriage that might not survive the night. But the story wasn't over, because as explosive as the reveal was, the public and industry reaction would push this scandal into even darker territory with betrayals, alliances, and reputations on the line. The moment Mona's announcement confirmed the DNA test, the love and hip-hop fanbase erupted like never before. Clips of Yandy sobbing into her hands, Mendeecees looking defeated, and Jasmine smirking were instantly plastered across Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Within hours, it wasn't just reality TV blogs covering the scandal. Mainstream outlets picked it up. Headlines screamed, "Mendeecees, secret child confirmed on camera," and Yandy Smith's breakdown stuns love and hip-hop fans. The fan reactions split into three camps. Team Yandy flooded her socials with messages of support. "You don't deserve this. We love you, sis. Walk away with your crown." Others were furious at Mendeecees, calling him the new Kirk Frost, dragging him as another Atlanta man caught in the endless cycle of betrayal. The third camp, they were pointing fingers at Jasmine, accusing her of being messy, attention-hungry, and cruel for choosing to expose the mother and child's situation this way. Twitter was savage. Memes of Mendeecees' blank face during the DNA reveal spread like wildfire. One viral meme showed Yandy holding back tears with the caption, "This woman waited through his bid just to get this." Another turned Jasmine's smirk into a reaction gif, with captions like, "Me watching chaos unfold when I didn't even start it." Celebrities chimed in too. K. Michelle tweeted, "Some of y'all men ain't never gonna change. Embarrassing." Tamar Braxton went live, calling the moment sad but necessary, saying Yandy deserved better, but also pointing out how reality TV producers love to use black women's pain for ratings. Even Remy Ma, close to both Yandy and Mendeecees, posted a cryptic message. "The truth don't need no disguise. It always finds the light." Fans immediately speculated that she was siding with Yandy. Meanwhile, the industry blogs turned the scandal into a content machine. The Shade Room ran polls asking fans if Yandy should leave Mendeecees. Hollywood Unlocked posted side-by-side photos of Yandy's wedding with Mendeecees next to the alleged mother of his child, sparking heated debates in the comments. YouTube reactors dropped hour-long breakdowns dissecting every second of the dinner scene. TikTok edits flooded timelines, mixing Yandy's tears with dramatic audio like Beyoncé's Me, Myself and I, but the biggest shockwave came from Yandy's silence. Normally quick to clap back, she posted nothing. Her Instagram remained dark for 48 hours. No business promos, no selfies, no captions. Fans knew that meant she was really hurting. Her absence only fueled speculation that she might be reconsidering her marriage altogether. And then came Jasmine's move. She doubled down, posting a story of herself sipping champagne with the caption, "The truth always wins." That one post sent the internet into another frenzy. Was she celebrating? Was she taunting Yandy? Or was she just leaning into her villain role on the show? Whatever the intent, it worked. Her name trended right alongside Yandy's and Mendeecees. Behind the scenes, producers were ecstatic. Leaks claim that Mona Scott Young called this scandal a gift from the reality TV gods. Ratings reportedly skyrocketed, making this the most watched episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta in years. Advertisers jumped in, gossip blogs milked the story, and the cast group chat allegedly went wild, with castmates picking sides in private while preparing their public statements. But the public reaction wasn't just entertainment. It was outrage. Fans demanded accountability, urging Yandy to put herself first. Hashtags like #StandWithYandy, #FreeYandy, and #BossChick deserves better dominated feeds. Some fans even launched petitions calling for her to leave Mendeecees, arguing that she was too valuable a woman to be humiliated like this again. And just when the wave of public reaction seemed to be peaking, another layer of the scandal surfaced. Leaked screenshots began circulating, allegedly showing the child's mother in a group chat with Jasmine, thanking her for making sure the truth finally came out, if true. That meant Jasmine wasn't just exposing Mendeecees, she was actively working with the mother to drag Yandy into the fire. The industry and the internet weren't just watching a storyline anymore. They were watching the potential collapse of Yandy and Mendeecees' marriage in real time. The fallout wasn't just personal, it was cultural, it was viral, and it was unstoppable. And as wild as the reactions were, the next twist, lurking behind the scenes, promised to flip the entire scandal upside down because someone else close to Yandy was about to step forward with a shocking confession of their own. The storm wasn't calming down, if anything. It was getting darker by the minute. Yandy was still shattered. Producers were buzzing over their ratings jackpot. And Mendeecees looked like a man who just lost control of his entire narrative. But then came the twist nobody saw coming. Another person close to Yandy stepped into the spotlight with a confession that flipped the table upside down, according to insider leaks. It was none other than Infinity, Yandy's adoptive daughter, who decided she couldn't stay silent. Infinity reportedly told producers that she had known about the rumors of Mendeecees' secret child for months, but she was torn about whether to tell Yandy. In her own words, "I didn't want to be the one to hurt her. I thought he would eventually come clean." That revelation hit like an earthquake. Fans who already felt Yandy had been ambushed now turned their anger on Mendeecees even harder. How could he lie not only to Yandy, but to the entire family, even keeping a secret that close, while Infinity watched her mother defend him time and time again? But Infinity wasn't the only one. Another shocking confession came from a stylist on set, the very stylist Jasmine had hinted about earlier. She admitted she'd been friends with the child's mother for years and had tried to warn Yandy discreetly in the past. But producers told her to keep quiet until it was storyline ready. That meant Yandy's humiliation wasn't just about Mendeecees' betrayal, it was orchestrated by people she trusted in her professional circle. The cliffhanger grew heavier. When Jasmine dropped one final bomb before leaving the set, with cameras still rolling, she turned to Yandy and smirked. "You think this is the only secret? Baby girl, you don't know the half of it." The cast gasped. Even Mona, normally unfazed, looked stunned. Was Jasmine hinting at more children? More women? Or even bigger receipts? Yandy, sobbing uncontrollably, screamed, "You've destroyed my family." Before storming out of the room, security tried to block cameras from following, but mics picked up her voice in the hallway. "I can't do this anymore. I'm done." Social media exploded again. Fans started speculating about what Jasmine meant. TikTok sleuths broke down every cryptic word. Twitter threads spun theories that Mendeecees might have even more children outside the marriage. Blogs teased exclusive leaks about another woman who could be stepping forward. The episode ended on a haunting image. Yandy sitting in her car outside the studio, mascara running down her face, whispering into the camera, "If this is love, I don't want it anymore." Cut to black. To be continued. And with that, the cliffhanger left the world gasping. Was this truly the end of Yandy and Mendeecees' marriage? Would Jasmine's cryptic warning lead to more secrets? And could Yandy ever recover from the betrayal of not just her husband, but the very people she thought had her back? Backstage, after the explosive dinner reveal, the air was thick with tension. Yandy's sobs echoed down the hallway. Mendeecees sat slumped in a chair looking like a man defeated, and Jasmine strutted out with her chin high, satisfied that she had detonated a bomb nobody could clean up. But the fallout wasn't just emotional. It was about to become bigger than anyone imagined. Yandy refused to return to set. According to insiders, she locked herself in her dressing room, crying into the phone as she vented to a close friend. "I gave this man everything. My love, my loyalty, my life, and he still humiliated me." Producers begged her to finish filming, but Yandy's silence said more than words. For a woman who had built her brand on strength and family, this betrayal cut too deep. Meanwhile, Mendeecees tried to spin his side of the story in a confessional interview. "I never meant to hurt Yandy. This was something from my past that I didn't know how to explain. I thought I was protecting her by keeping it quiet." But fans weren't buying it. They saw a man exposed, caught in a web of lies, scrambling to salvage whatever reputation he had left. The fallout reached the other cast members too. Rashida, still dealing with her own marital chaos, openly admitted she felt triggered by Yandy's pain. "It's like watching myself all over again," she said. Men think they can lie forever, but the truth always comes out. Carly, never one to stay quiet, warned the cameras, "If Yandy walks away, Mendeecees is done, period." And then came the cliffhanger that left everyone gasping. As the episode was closing, producers dropped one final teaser, a blurred-out interview with the alleged mother of Mendeecees' secret child. Her voice distorted, her face hidden. She said just one line: "Yandy thinks this is the only child. She has no idea what else I know." The screen cut to black. Fans erupted. Was this a hint at yet another secret child? More affairs, a deeper double life than anyone imagined. Theories flooded Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Some fans were convinced Mendeecees had multiple families. Others speculated that the other secrets were tied to business deals, money, or even other cast members. The frenzy grew so wild that blogs began offering cash rewards for anyone with receipts. But the most heartbreaking part was Yandy's silence. No statement, no post, no reassurance. Just silence. For someone who had always presented herself as unshakable, her absence told the world just how deep the wound was. And so the cliffhanger lingers. Will Yandy finally walk away? Will Mendeecees come clean about the full truth? And what exactly does this mysterious mother know that could unravel everything once and for all? One thing is certain, this isn't just another messy storyline. This is the scandal that could end Yandy and Mendeecees for good, and shake the very foundation of love and hip-hop Atlanta. And that's where we'll leave it for now. A truth too big to ignore. A family teetering on the edge, and a love story cracking under the weight of betrayal. But this isn't just a storyline. It's a cultural moment. Yandy's strength, Mendeecees' secrets, and Jasmine's smug satisfaction have fans glued to every frame. The question is, what happens next? Does Yandy finally walk away for good? Will more secrets spill out? And is Jasmine hinting at an even darker truth waiting to be revealed? Now it's your turn. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should Yandy give Mendeecees one last chance? Or is this the betrayal that ends it all? Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and smash that subscribe button so you don't miss the next shocking update. Trust me, the fallout is only just beginning. Stay tuned.